Hey there, ladies. Claire Luffman, your business mentor, with your weekly 3 tips in 3 minutes. And I know you love being your own boss, don't you? I mean, you are probably the best boss you've ever had. But guess what? You're also your employee. You truly are. You're the manager or the boss and the employee. And be the best employee that you possibly can. So many of you, if I've been looking at how you're working, I'd fire you. You'd be so fired. You'd be out of here. Ask yourself that. Look at yourself as the employee. And if you were the manager, would you fire yourself? What does that mean? First of all, show up to work when you're supposed to show up to work. So when you had a 9-to-5 job or whatever you had, right, one of the most basic thing before your first day is you knew when you were going to work. Right? Maybe you were going to show up Monday through Friday from 9 to 5. And guess what? You probably showed up at 9, if not a little bit earlier. But a lot of us don't even give that own respect or that same respect for our own business. And I know what you're probably saying, Claire, you don't understand. That's why I'm doing this business thing. So I can have this flexibility. So I can work, around my life and when I want. I completely get that. And you are your own boss. So maybe you don't work Monday through Friday from 9 to 5. Maybe your hours are 12 to 3 or 6 to 9. Or maybe you give yourself a 4-day work week every weekend. I don't know. You decide. In the perfect ideal world, what is your schedule? And then you know what? Show up. Show up to work whenever it is that you said you were going to work. The second thing as an employee is show up even when you don't feel like it. I mean, when you were working your 9 to 5 or whatever, did you just call and say, oh, I don't feel like coming in. It's so sunny out. It's beautiful. I just want to hang out by the pool instead. Did you say that? And are you saying that to yourself now? Sometimes I'm just hearing, out of one side of your mouth, some of us are saying, but I want to make $10,000 a month. And the other side of our mouth, we're saying, but it's so nice out. I don't feel like working. Ladies, show up to work even when you don't feel like it. Okay? Super, super important. The third thing as an employee is, like when I was a manager at a law firm, if I was walking around people's cubicles and I saw they were doing all their personal stuff, right, balancing their checkbook and this and that, don't do your personal stuff while you're working. If you're going to work from 3 to 6, work from 3 to 6 on your business stuff, right? Think again about an expectation that you would have. Let's say you have a virtual assistant. How do you want your virtual assistant to be? Do you want her to, on the flip side, right, not work when she said she was going to work? Not work because it's sunny out and she doesn't feel like working? Would you expect that when she's working for you that he or she's working on everything else, scheduling their doctor appointments? And no. So treat your own business the same. With that said, though, ladies, I want to say that we're not perfect. I'm not perfect. I grade myself on a curve. I always love the 80-20 rule with everything. And I say if 80% of the time I'm doing all that, I'm showing up to work when I'm supposed to work, I'm working even when I don't feel like it, and I'm not doing personal stuff while I'm working, I give myself an A+. Because of course there are times where I take a little bit of a longer break over lunch, right? Or I am scheduling that doctor appointment. Absolutely. So again, if 80% of the time I am consistent, I give myself an A+. Where it comes, the challenge is if it's not just the every now and then that you're doing these things, but if it's a habit, not showing up to work just because you don't feel like it, or not having consistent schedules, or doing all this busy work, personal stuff, personal phone calls and all that while you have that dedicated work time, if that's more the norm, it's just not going to work. It's not going to work. So again, be the best employee you possibly can. Ladies, I'm cheering you on, and I'll talk with you next week. Bye.